My favorite part about the bedroom is my washer and dryer. People wondering to know how this is a shower curtain, how I keep the water from coming out. And it makes it really great because we can both cook at the same time. And I don't mean side by side. Another thing that we really liked about this RV is all the storage that came with it. We started looking at houses and stuff and we're like, it's about $500,000 for a house that we would be comfortable in. Hey guys, it's Kirsten from Fifthful Living and this is my husband Devon. Come take a tour of our RV with us. All right, welcome to my kitchen. It's one of my favorite spots of the RV. Not like there's a lot of spots to have a favorite, but the reason why is because of this island. Now, I fought Devon on this a lot when he was like, I want an island. I was like, why do you want an island? It takes up a lot of space. But the first thing that I noticed when we walked into this RV is it has this little lip right here. And I found these cool saddle chairs so like we could have more seating in here. And believe it or not, Devon and I sit here a lot and look out this window when we're like having coffee in the morning, we're hanging out. And it makes it really great because we can both cook at the same time. And I don't mean side by side. I mean, when I take this off and I have the 4-burner stove, I can be on this side and cooking and he can be on this side and cooking, which is really nice. And we both have our own ovens. There is a convection oven right there that works as a microwave and oven. And then you have your residential oven over here. And in the middle, we have the fridge. So the only thing that we have to actually share, because I also have my own counter space as well, is the sink. So that's one thing that played a huge factor in this RV because it just felt like you had more and can do more with it. So the stove and the oven is propane. And one thing that's great about it is if we ever run out of it, because we have the convection oven and it runs off electricity, and where I live, electricity is added into the rent, we can just use that convection oven, which is what we usually use more often anyways. But it lasts a long time. A lot of people are like, you have to, refill your propane tanks every couple of weeks, every couple of months. It's literally every couple of months. Our shower runs off it too. And with the amount of propane that we're using, it's like literally months that we have to like wait to refill it. So if you're thinking about getting an RV that's mainly propane, I encourage it. I love it. You get heat right away and it's great. And another thing that's great about this kitchen is that it came with a mini dishwasher. Now, do I use the mini dishwasher? No, I wash everything by hand because I want it clean right away, but I do use it for storage. So it is still good for something. And if you think that you don't need a residential fridge, you might want to rethink that. I would use half of your fridge if you're thinking about downsizing into like a smaller RV and it has a smaller fridge. Use half of your fridge and see if you can do that. And if not, maybe go to another RV that has a bigger fridge because that might be something you don't want to sacrifice. One thing that Devon and I like to do, especially when we have friends over, is have some drinks and also have a little coffee area. So that's one of our things that we like to host with is our drink in our little bar area. Right now you don't see that they're filled. It's more for decoration because all of our drinks go in the freezer. I think another thing that separates my RV from other RVs is this range hood. This really brings this kitchen together to make it feel like you're not in an RV. It literally looks like one that you would see in a house. And my fantastic fan is right there. And usually RV manufacturers just have that where you just see it and it just looks like a window up there. Just, it just looks like a skylight that's really small. And like, why is that there? If you've never owned an RV, it's just kind of confusing. So this kind of hides it. It gives you a low lighting. It's super nice and it looks really homey. So again, that's another thing that was just like, oh, chef's kiss. I love it. Welcome to my second dining room, which I really love because it overlooks the living room. So if you want to know why specifically I picked out this layout, I was looking at a kitchen that was in the middle and the living room up here. But usually when you have that, there's usually a big wall right here so the couch can fit right here. I just really like this because if you're cooking or doing the dishes, whatever you're doing in the kitchen, or if you want to eat right here, you can hang out, watch TV, and still be participating with whatever party or hanging out, hosting that you're doing down here. So if that's important to you, I would definitely recommend a front kitchen. We started looking at houses and stuff and we're like, it's about $500,000 for a house that we would be comfortable in. The price was just like astronomical and it was just like, basically we'd be moving there just to work. So I was at work one day and Devon texted me, he's like, yo, you want to live in a van? And I was like, no. And so I never heard of van life. So I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. And I was completely just like, no. I was like, I do not want to live in a van with 3 dogs. He showed me this couple's RV and all these different RVs that have been renovated, which there wasn't a lot at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have a bathroom? I was like, you have a kitchen? I was like, you have a living room? I was like, yeah, let's do it. We got the fifth wheel and got everything that we needed and then hauled down here. And with all of our bills combined, we were paying under what we would be paying for rent alone. And so that is why we still live in an RV. This is the living room that you are in. And right here, you see like the biggest TV that you'll ever see in an RV. It is 65 inches. I was surprised too. It makes you feel like you're in a movie theater. And part of the reason why we chose this RV is because the fireplace, it makes it super cozy, and because it was like a movie theater experience. So this is probably the main space that we hang out with, especially with our friends, just because it's just big and open. You have the big TV, and a nice little thing about it is that it comes out and it swivels. So no matter where you're at, you're gonna have a good view, especially because we added the couch right here. There used to be a desk right here, so we put a couch. So no matter where you're sitting, you're gonna be either having a view of the TV or just hanging out and just be able to see everybody at the same time. And another thing that I liked is that we had the JBL speakers, which is up top and right here. So it helps with blasting the music, and it connects to outside too. So if you're outside and you're working, you want to listen to music, you can outside. But when we first got this RV, we originally had this really long, huge couch right here, which pulled out into a bed, but it was really uncomfortable and hard to put back in. It wasn't the greatest. We did keep the other original couch though, because it flowed well with these couches. And it's just like a nice little seating area and makes it feel more like home and made the space bigger. Welcome to my bathroom. One thing that I always look for when I'm looking for RVs is something that has everything in it, because I want the RV to feel like a home as much as possible. And usually in normal houses, you don't have a toilet that's separate. And so to me, that was really important. My toilet is a regular RV toilet, which I think is actually more sanitary than the regular toilets where you have to use your finger that everybody's using after, you know, going to the bathroom. This has a little footstep that you step on it and then it literally flushes. So if you want to be more sanitary and you're like OCD, get an RV toilet. I always get compliments on this, people wanting to know how this is a shower curtain, how I keep the water from coming out. Well, the secret is I actually have a shower door that is glass, and so it's just pushed over here. It's just for decoration. Does it get in the way? Yes. Do I love looking at it? Yes. That's why I have it. So this is my sink area. I really liked it because it has storage up top, and I kind of just put decoration up there because that's my thing. And because it was open up here and open up here, I put baskets up there. So if you're like, why is a basket up there? Is that just decor? No, it does have a purpose. I have toilet paper up there, anything extra that I need to be up there for storage, and it just hides in decoration. So if you're thinking of little hacks that you can do, look for that when you're looking into an RV. Another thing that I did, if you are not happy with your sink size and you're like, this is kind of small, I got this off of Amazon, and you literally just put this on top and it makes it where you have extra counter space. So like if you have your straightener or your makeup or anything, you can literally just put it up there and you can still use the sink because there's a little hole for it. So little hack for you.
One of the best pieces of advice is don't buy a brand new RV.
No, don't ever.
You're gonna have issues with all of them.
It's going to depreciate anyways. You're going to save more money. And when you get into an RV that's used, when you're shopping around, you can see what's wrong with it.
Just find an older one that's the layout that you want, and then you can renovate it, paint it, do whatever you want to it.
And a lot of people that I've seen that have commented that RV life put them in a hole is because they went and shopped for expensive RVs and went outside of their budget. The whole point is trying to stay below your own means. So make sure you do your own research and not just live based off of some content creator that says it works for them. All right, we are in my bedroom. Again, another favorite room with just only 3 rooms, but I really love it because it has a huge slide out. So if I want the option of a king size bed, I can get one, which this is a king size bed, believe it or not. And we are going to a queen, and you might be like, why? Because I love having walking space. And when you try to get out of this bed, you kind of have to hop and scoot. So make sure you think about that when you're shopping for an RV. And it was actually a lot smaller than it is now because I am standing in my closet. This was a closet that had 2 big doors that slid. I don't know, I didn't really like the vibe. So I was like, I'm taking it out and I'm not gonna have this closet anymore, which that's not the first RV that I've done that with. And if you're wondering where my clothes are up here. I have a bunch of different storage bins and then more storage up here. So for me, it really works. For a lot of people, it probably wouldn't work. But if we ever wanted to go back, I did leave the closet slides and everything. So we can just literally bring in some wood, make new doors, better doors. and have a closet again if we wanted to, but I don't want to do that. Right over here below the TV, we have another cabinet and it's full of our clothes. We're able to keep everything separate. My favorite part about the bedroom is my washer and dryer. When we got into RV life, I gave up a washer and dryer for so long. Well, now that we have it, I'm never gonna get another RV without it. So if you ever think about having an RV and it doesn't have hookups, make sure you give yourself that option, because you might be like, I hate going to the laundromat. It costs a lot and it's really inconvenient. They're not residential size, they're almost, but it fits a lot and I absolutely love it. All right, we are at my second door, which is great if you are big on safety, because we do not have one of the windows that opens up in regular RVs where it's like, this is your little fire escape. You just have two big entrances and exits for if anything goes on. And this goes to my dog's outdoor potty play area. Welcome to the outside of my RV, of my dog's potty play area. This is where we hang out and lounge around and have the dogs hang out. A lot of people have asked why we have this turf out here. Why don't they use just the regular like grass or whatever? It's more of a safety issue. We have big birds over here. I've had one time I was taking out my smallest dog and she was just standing around and I saw a bird coming down. I was like, and she was like, she didn't have her leash on, freaked me out. So if I want to take him out and I don't have to leash him and I don't have to be like looking around and having a flashlight, I can just stand out here. I have all of this view to just make sure that they're safe and they're okay. And the turf helps with the mud. It helps keeping ticks and fleas away. It helps just like with a lot of things. All right, we are in our outside area. And with this RV, the storage is fine when it comes to the under bay. Everything is down there, ready to go if we need it, especially our propane tanks down here. And it's just like a nice little cool little lounge area. So I'm in the medical field and I work 2 days a week. That's how I make our health benefits. And then the rest is content creation.
I tour for a living, I play guitar.
He definitely has the cooler job. I have the at-home job. So if you want to follow our journey, you can follow us on our socials, which is Fifthwheel Living with underscores between each word. And then his is Dev_Trout. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking a tour of our RV.